I want to ask you about a piece that you wrote regarding Gregg Popovich, and I want to get your take on his take on Zaza Pachulia, who closed out on Kawhi Leonard, and he believes it was a dirty play, and Kawhi Leonard, who knows how he's going to be for the remainder of this Western Conference Final, if he's able to play even. But what were your thoughts on Pop calling out Zaza like that?
Well, I mean, it would be weird if he didn't. He's his player, and he clearly, as we all did, saw when Leonard went down, like, oh, well, the Spurs probably weren't going to win this series anyway, but now they're definitely not going to win this series. And if you look at what the Warriors have done to them since Leonard's out, I mean, it's like they're playing the Knicks or something. Like they're just wiping them out. And clearly, Leonard is so key to what the Spurs are doing. So of course, Popovich is going to have a strong reaction to that. Do I think the play was dirty? I feel like these things, whenever you slow something down in super slow motion, it always looks like we start attaching intent to things that we can't know the answer to. If I were the coach of the Spurs, though, I would definitely call it intent because I'm totally biased. I lost Kawhi Leonard. I lost my guy. As an outside observer, I think it's hard to really say one way or another what the intent was. But I know that if you're as close to it as Popovich, and if you're as emotional as a coach as Popovich is, yeah, of course that would be his reaction. It's hard to really blame him.
But he rarely calls out opposing players. In fact, I don't remember when he has, certainly to this extent.
Yeah. I mean, listen, it's a very wounding absence. I mean, one of the things that's fascinating about Popovich in this series is, Popovich obviously is a Hall of Fame coach. I think he's probably on the Mount Rushmore of NBA coaches, all these titles and all these wins. But in the way that like LeBron James winning the championship last year was the definitive LeBron James moment, beating the team that had the most number of regular season wins and come from behind 3-1. Imagine if Popovich had been able to pull off an upset of the Warriors in this series, which is, again, he probably wouldn't have done with Leonard, but certainly had a chance to that he doesn't have now. Imagine if he pulls that off the year after Tim Duncan retires. Like that would be the defining moment of Gregg Popovich's coaching career. So to lose that opportunity, which I think he clearly did, it's gonna feel that one's gonna sting you a little bit. That one's gonna leave a mark, and I think it's not unreasonable that he would be really upset about it. I'm just wary. Like I think it's telling that Leonard was like, I don't think it was a dirty play. These things happen, but it's gonna feel like a dirty play when it happens to your guy.
It's interesting what Gregg Popovich is to Mike D'Antoni in all those postseason matchups that those two coaches have had with D'Antoni at the Suns as well as now with the Rockets. Steve Kerr is to Popovich, I guess. And the interesting thing is that Steve Kerr was the GM of those Suns teams. So maybe, I don't know, he's fighting for both himself and for Mike D'Antoni from some past meetings.